Shavasana, relaxation pose. The mouth softly open, the eyes softly closed. I'm going to ask you to try to spread your legs just a little bit wider than your normal would, but not too wide where you kind of cause your lower back to overarch. And then tuck the tailbone in and try to softly lengthen it. Tuck the chin in, lengthen the back of the neck. Roll the shoulders back, rest the arms on the ground, try to bring attention to your shoulder blades, and you want to feel that you are lying over your shoulder blades comfortably. Start guiding your breath down to the belly, and if you don't feel comfortable to breathe to the belly, you're trying to adjust the rotation of your pelvis. When we overarch the lower back, or when we tuck the tailbone in, both of them create an angle that doesn't allow the breath to push all the way down to the pelvic floor. So by becoming more sensitive to the way your pelvis is, the angle of the pelvis, the rotation of the pelvis, you will get more and more awareness to the connection of your pelvis with your legs and the pelvis with your torso. And a lot about the stability, and in the East everything is about motion from the pelvis, from the center, which is the 2-3 fingers above the pubic bone, what we call Svadhisthana or Lord Dantian in Tai Chi. And you want to adjust the pelvis in a way that you can breathe comfortably and low, down to the lower belly, to the pelvic floor. That's very much related to the angle and the position of our pelvis and its relation to the lower back and to the legs. While we breathe gently to the pelvis, to the pelvic floor, we try to feel the shoulder blade flat. We allow the breath to naturally, peacefully rise up to the belly, to the chest, while we're trying to soften and relax the eyes, the lips, the joint of your jaws. If you're resting nicely and peacefully on the shoulder blades, you can feel that the arms are resting comfortably on the ground. You can let them go, relax them. Feel that with every exhalation, you relax the pelvis, the pelvic floor, and relax the legs down into the ground. Next exhalation, you relax your chest, back of rib cage, and the arms into the ground. Breathing deep and slow into the belly, into the chest. You want to feel the back of your neck and your throat, the base of your throat, back of the neck softly lengthen and allows the back of your head to rest heavily into the ground. Try to come back to the eyelids and the ball of the eyes and soften them. Allowing the ball of the eyes to rest into the skull, the lips to soften, the joint of your jaw to relax, the tongue resting in the lower palate. Inhale deeply, and with exhalation, slowly and softly move the feet and the toes. Now deeply and slowly and softly move the palms and the fingers. Inhale deeply, and while trying to keep the chin softly tucked in and the back of neck softly lengthened, turn the head from side to side. The slow deep inhalation, bring the head back to center. An exhalation with a lot of awareness to your pelvis, pelvic floor, groin, hips. Bring the legs close together. Try to relax for a moment and feel the hips, the groin, the pelvis, the legs. Then slowly lengthen the arms out and lengthen them to the side and over the head, reaching from toes to fingers. We'll continue to focus on the pelvis and its connection to the legs and the torso. The exhalation, we slowly turn, roll over to the right side. And then as you come up to sitting, take a few moments to adjust your pelvis with your legs, your sitting bones with the ground, and the pelvis under your torso. Try to feel and try to align the pelvis that there will be no angle. Tailbone tucked too deep inside and we are caving back, or rotating the pelvis too far back and over arching the low back. Try to feel that you're sitting comfortably over the pelvis without tilting it. Then try to soften the eyes, adjust your body. You can also kind of hinge a little bit back and forth, a little bit side to side, and try to feel that you're settling yourself over the pelvis and the relation with your sitting bones with the ground. Ganapataye Namah, Gum Gurvyo Namah, Aim Saraswati Namah. Om Sahana Vavatu, Sahana Punaktu, Sahavyam Kavavai, Jasvina Vadhi Tamastu, Mahavitvisha Vahe. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Good. We are going to start with holding the knees and sinking gently back. Try to focus on the pelvis. Try to feel on which side you put more pressure with it, because usually we do. So when you move forward and when you move back, you still move forward and try to open your chest. But you want to feel if you're leaning left or right, where you put more pressure, how it feels on your sitting bones. So when you move really slow, try to feel the glutes maximus. As you're shifting, one glutes maximus always will be a little bigger than the other, sometimes much bigger, because we have active leg and passive leg, like you have an active arm and passive arm, usually like with the shoulder blades. The area with more active arm will be more stiff or full. So the same will be with the gluteal, glutes maximus. We'll have one that will be more. The bigger, the stronger. And part of the element of balance is to be aware of that. Then to try to use more the weaker part. Let's say if you are right-handed, to use more your left arm. And if your active strong leg is your left, to activate more the right. So paying attention to your pelvis, to your glutes, to your sitting bones, trying to notice what's happening. And then you continue feeling into your hips and groin, the connection into your legs and torso, which is everything, abdominal muscles, hips, waistline, and lower back. And from pelvis to legs is groin, and into the glutes minimus and medius, glutes maximus, hamstring, quads, everything that you want to open your mind to, as that's what we're going to emphasize in our practice. Wonderful. We're slowly going to go back. And then we're going to switch consciously the order of our legs. So if like mine was, if I'm your mirror, the right was out and the left was back, I'm going to switch it. And then I'm going to make the same motion, paying close attention to if I change the sensation in the sitting bones, in the gluteal, hips, groin, and so on. Try to relax so you can notice more subtleties. Wonderful. Slowly align, pick up the left leg, pull it over to the side. Adjust your arms and take a moment to trying to sit on both sitting bones and notice the changes in the relation of your sitting bones and pelvis with the ground, the hips, the groin, left, right, everything changed, right? So what we're going to do here, we're going to slowly use the palms on the side if you're not sitting. If your sitting bone is completely on the ground, you hold the knees with the palms and do what we do, holding the knees with the palms. If your sitting bones are not evenly on the ground, palms on the side, we're going to sink back, go to the right, go forward to the right, chin chest out, go to left. See how far left you can go, and then go back through the left as far as comfortable, going to right and forward to right. So we do circle, motion, left back, right, forward, and then forward and left, and then back through left. So back through left, shifting to right, feeling the weight, sitting bone, hamstring, opening up to right, center, left, chin, chest, in, tailbone in, and right. Got it? Very simple. Use the arms as support. Bring more and more attention and awareness throughout pelvis and its connections. Working on the pelvis is very important, and keep going and advancing in the work on the Muladhara Swadhisthana. It's extremely important both physically and energetically. So we're working physically, but the effect on energetically is extremely important as its effect deeply Muladhara Swadhisthana, as they are very close center one over the other. Keep relaxing the face, keep breathing comfortably. Wonderful. Last time, go back, turn to the right as you move to the right, Bring the arms far out. Open them wide, see, kind of wide. And then pull forward and pull forward and down. Then slowly push up and do a head buttocks in as you push back. Pull forward, pull down, push up, push back, head buttocks in, but I'm pushing with the arms. Pull forward and up, pull forward and down, push up, press back and in, round the back, head buttocks in. Forward and up, forward and down, pull. Push up, push back, chin in, tailbone in. Pull forward, pull down. So when I go down, I keep pulling myself with my arms. Then I push up, then I push back, head buttocks in. Try to be softer. You can find a nice rhythm of breath. Inhalation forward, pull. Exhalation down and pull. Inhalation up and push. Exhalation back and round, push. Two more. Good. Back, bring the left knee up, out, crossing legs. Sit for a moment. Gently pull the knees and try to push your sitting bones back. Pull and try to push the sitting bones back. Consciously. Good. Release. Feel how the pelvis tilts softly. That's a motion I want you really to become aware. The motion of pelvis. Pick up the right. Fold it back. And again, if your sitting bones can comfortably sit on the ground here, you hold the knees and you do this circle through holding the knees. If you're like mine and the sitting bone is off the ground or touching slightly, arms on the ground, we go back, go in, we go to left. Say I go out, go to center, go to right, and then when I feel slight resistance, back through the right, head buttocks in, head buttocks out. Go to the left, to the center. I feel slight resistance. I don't fight it. And then immediately I go head buttocks in and through the pressure onto the right side. You can start paying attention how rolling the pelvis here, the motion of the pelvis. I know the mind focuses on the motion of the chest and head, but I want you to go down to the pelvis and feel the movement coming from the pelvis. So go here, I tuck the tailbone, here I shift, here I rotate the pelvis. You see what I do? From head buttock tucking tailbone, see the growing up is a motion of my pelvis. And that creates the wave to do the chest and head out. With that motion I move, so I'm on front of the pelvis, sitting bones growing. Here it stops, and here I'm starting to tuck my tailbone. So I'm not focusing on my head and chest, I'm focusing on the pelvis. Now the pelvis tucked in, everything closes in, and then going out, and I rotate the pelvis, okay? So be in your pelvis motion, and you start to see how pelvis motion, and the more you become free, actually moves the body in the right way that assists the breath, assists the motion, Create the right motion with alignment to the whatever way you use your body. Try to go really soft. You're touching big group of muscles and big muscles. You're having the connection to the pelvis, the biggest groups of muscles in the body, the glutes maximus, the quads, and the hamstrings. They're the biggest and the strongest muscles, not ones you like to fight with. That's why when pelvis gets stuck, it's really stuck. And to release it is awareness, relaxation, and not forcing the motion of the pelvis, of course. Slow, soft motion, touching the tension like we talk every class, will help the loosening. So to pay attention to the relation of the right sitting bone with the ground now as you move. Maybe you start to feel a better connection. If not, doesn't matter, we continue the same way. Wonderful. Last time, we go back to the right, we go to the left, and then we go to the sequence of spreading the arms and going forward, pulling my body. How I pull my body? I start with the pelvis, and then the arms. Then exhale, pull and down. Then inhale, push and up. Then exhale, tuck the tailbone as you push back and round. So try to be in the pelvis. Arch and pull, rotate pelvis and pull. Go pull forward and down. Push forward and up. Exhale, tuck tailbone, push back and in. Lovely. Last one. Shift to left. Bring the right leg out. Sit with the feet on the ground. Try to hold the shin or right below your knees as you make a few steps back with the sitting bones or side to side as you want to press the sitting bones and the space between the sitting bones, the center of the pelvic floor to the ground. From here, we're going to play a little bit with hip rotation. So we're going to start right palm to the right side. We're going to lean gently to the right, and we're going to hold the left knee with the left palm, and we're going to slowly bring it down. Stop in the middle of the way and rotate the pelvis. See, when I rotate the pelvis, you see how my body goes up? And then press the left knee down. Try to do head buttocks up and try to gently look to your left. Open the chest using the pelvic, the sitting bone pushing back. Good. Bring the left knee back up. You see I'm holding it, really protecting that nothing inside is moving. Bring the right palm. Slowly bring the left palm to the left side, the right palm to the right knee, and slowly, while holding, take it down. Halfway, you see about halfway, I'm pushing my pelvis. So this motion is not lifting the chest, because even if I try, you see it barely moves. It's tilting of the pelvis. Tilting the pelvis, knee down, and I look to the right, pull the right shoulder back. Try to notice the sensations. Right, as you know, there's connection between pelvic girdle, which is pelvis legs, and shoulder girdle. That the chest, rib cage, and arms, shoulder blades are all mirroring. Pick up the right knee, bring the left, pull up. Good. Right palm to right side, left knee. I'm emphasizing left. Right will sink by itself. About halfway, tilting pelvis, and then pressing down and opening chest, looking to left, take left shoulder back. Open chest, look to left, feel. So I want your lower back to move in through the pelvis, moving like you want to do down dog, right? Pushing the sitting bones back. Good. Pick up, feel the effect into the hips, hold, put the left, put down, and when you rotate right here and you rotate, try to feel how it feels all around hips and groin. Rotate pelvis and look to right, roll right shoulder back. Wonderful. Good. Pick up the right. Also helps to warm inside the knee, kind of work the knees. From here again, right. Rotating pelvis down. And then slowly I'm going to hold the left ankle with the left palm, and I'm going to pick it up. I'm going to lean to my right, but I'm going to look to my left. Pick up not from above. Here you barely have a leverage. You pick up from below. And then you lift it really gently as you want the motion not to happen in the knee, but in the hip. And you do it by bringing your pelvis back and out your back. Good. Slowly down. Carefully pick up the left. Yeah, always the picking up is not the knee by itself. I do it with the arm. Okay? Because I don't want the knee, because as we do all this rotation, I don't want the knee inside the ligament to be stressed. Putting the left, going down, rotating pelvis, right, holding the right ankle, slowly picking up. So I go with it and I look to the right. So trying to do this rotation, shoulder back, look to right, and try to pick up the leg. Wonderful. Much better. Put very gently down, then hold the knee, and then pull the knee. And then the left. Lovely. From here, we're going to straight the right, and we're going to put all the left foot or ankle with the right palm, the left knee with the left palm, and we're going to rotate. So before we did a rotation in that direction, right? Now we are going to do a rotation of the hip in the opposite direction. So you see what I do? I hold the foot and I lower the knee. You can put the ankle, but without putting the weight. The weight is I use the arm. And then I lower the knee slowly down and press down in a way, not 90 degree, but down in a way, in an angle. Very gently. Usually we say to bring the feet to the groin, but that depends on the condition of the knee. For example, my knees don't like to close all the way in. So I work on the hip anyhow. So I'm going to not bring it all the way to my groin, because that closes the knee joint. I stay away because I care not about the knee joint on the twist inside, I care about my hip joint. So I'm going to hold, and then I'm going to press down, where the work is going to happen here. The tendency is collapse, tailbone in. I want you, as you press down, push into the sitting bones. You see how my right knee bends? Because I push from the sitting bones, it pulls the hamstring. So that's why it pulls here. That's why I don't put full weight. And then we press down here. And then you get a lot of intensity out of that work. So I push sitting bones. I don't cave. Push sitting bones like I do, head buttocks up. And I press down. Okay? Lovely. Slowly pick up. And slowly straight out and bring the right in. Hold the knee. Hold the ankle. Hold. Most of the weight. Arch your back. Arch the back is basically not about arching the back, it's about the tilting of the pelvis. Instead of head buttocks in, tuck in, you push tailbone back, and then you slowly press the knee down. Right? You feel the difference? Good. Breathe. But most of my weight, I use my left arm. I don't put pressure into my knee or into my thigh so much. Try to keep pushing sitting bone. Rise, 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 rise. I want to see your body grows, not caves in. Lovely, you got it. So now we can do it more as a gentle change. Bring the right, stretch slowly. Hold the left. 1, 2, in. And you see already I start the motion. So you can see, right, very clearly that my left hip, if I'm your mirror, is much more open than my right hip. That's the difference between, if I'm not your mirror, this is my strong leg, this is my weak leg, naturally everything relates will be more flexible than this. What I do, keep walking, bring out, and you see, if I repeat that more times, start to see more and more equilibrium between them. See? Before it was up here, now it starts to go down here. But again, I'm not looking for the result. I'm kind of going the same idea. Holding, pushing, pressing down, relaxing. If there will be an outcome, it will be a side effect of my consistency and doing it in the right way. Otherwise, the more we look at the outcome, you tend to slip in doing things correctly in the right way because you think about the outcome. So the way you hold, the way you press, the angle you press, the sitting bones, everything. Okay? So you see when I pick up, very careful, even though I don't feel any discomfort, any pain, my knees, I give them extra care, even if they are perfectly okay. And that I recommend always. If you have an area in your body that is sensitive, even if you don't feel it, even if right now it's not sensitive, always treat it like it does. That's the way you keep it healthy and unsensitive. Understand? You have lower back, you have hips, shoulders, neck. Always treat it like it's bad, even if it's amazing. Good. Inhale. Try to find a rhythm that goes good with your breath. I'm talking right now, I didn't emphasize the breath, but if I go, I inhale, I put in, I exhale. Then I pick up, inhale, put in, exhale, pick up, inhale, put in, exhale. So now, extra careful and everything, and now I can see my foot is going higher, the left knee almost touches the ground, but we know that it's already more flexible, but the right is following nicely. So be on the technique, don't be on the result. Fix your technique, don't worry about the result, make your technique better. The sitting bones, you see I'm working on the sitting bones, I'm working on my position of the toes, my position where I push, where I press. I work on my technique, not on the result. Result, focusing on result leads to injuries, especially when we work on sensitive places. Good. We finish the set with the right leg, sorry. When I'm focusing, when I'm in the practice, I fully focus on the detail, on the feeling, on the technique, on the sitting bones, on the back, on everything. And that outcome, of course, will be here and now, and better result. Lovely. Coming back. Spread the legs wide, hold the toes, bend the knees, and from here, bend the knees a bit, so you can hold the toes and you'll have the motion of the pelvis to do head buttocks up, head buttocks in. So I go here, head buttocks up, pulling the toes, and I focus on pushing my pelvis back, and then head buttocks in without letting go of the toes. And here, naturally, you see what I talk so much about the sitting bones and connecting to hamstring. You see, when I round the back, the legs are straight. So if I go back, it's okay. The problem is if I want to go forward, because then I pull the lower back. You understand? So here I'm going to go forward. So to rotate the pelvis freely, I'm going to bend my knees and rotate my pelvis. And then pull up. So I can push my buttocks back like I do head buttocks up. And now when I do head buttocks in, then naturally, you see, loose, no tension. Why? Because I just shortened. I gave room for the hamstring to move, to shorten freely. Why? So I can move the pelvis. Move the pelvis, affect the hamstrings. And again, bending and buttocks up, push sitting bones back, and now keep pushing sitting bones back and pull yourself slightly forward. Be careful, keep pushing sitting bones back. If sitting bones don't push back, don't pull forward. That specific. Wonderful. Slowly release. And this will take us to do things a little bit under the weight of the body and using gravity. We're going to slowly come up. And we're going to do a wide split. Hopefully, we're nicely warm for that. So do a good split that you can spread the legs. And then I'm going to ask you to put the palms forward in a way that you share the weight. For me, it feels like 60-40 more or less, or even 70-30, no, 60-40. And then do head buttocks in, head buttocks up without moving forward and back. That we're going to do a little later. So head buttocks in, head buttocks up. If you feel your pelvis is completely restricted, close the gap between the legs a little bit. Head buttocks up, head buttocks in. Focus on your pelvis. You're going to get a lot of other sensation in the rib cage, shoulder blades, arms, and so on. Focus on the pelvis. Good. Head buttocks up. Walk slowly to right while reaching gently out through the arms. You want to feel the work inside the groin, not so much in the knee. Again, too much in the knee, close the gap a little bit. Walk away, far out, without shifting weight. Center and left. You have to bend a little bit the left knee, perfectly okay. You see I'm sinking in, reaching far to right. You're trying to sink, attentive to the pelvis, sink in through the right side, going to glutes minimus, the hip joint, and inside the groin. Good. Center and right. You find yourself able to walk further out to the right, go. You find you can't, walk less, doesn't matter. Good. Center and left. As you slowly try to walk toward your feet. Good. Center and right. Spread the arms about wider than shoulder width, and then push buttocks back like you do at buttocks up. Head should be neutral, but the buttocks like you do at buttocks up, and then shift to the arms. Back and forward. Be very attentive to everything that's happening in your left leg. Here I push the buttocks back and lengthen and forward. One more time. Forward, center, left. Spread the arms wide, back, like you try to push the ceiling bones to the sky, and then forward. Go exhale back, sitting bone, lengthen, forward, forward, lovely. Walk back to center, spread the legs comfortably wide, put the palms under your body in a way that you support your torso, fingers pointing sideways. From here, pick up the left toes, rotate slowly, bend carefully the right knee with the intention of pushing out to the right side. If it's too intense, close the gap between the legs. Come back, level. Good. Bend the left, raise the right, rotate, push to the left. See? Push the left knee out. You can feel deep inside. Good work between the pelvis and the leg. Deep hamstrings. Good. Back. Bend the right, push the knee out. Push to the left. Oh, that's so good. Breathe and relax. Too much. Close the gap. Never too much in our practice, right? Never too much. See what I do with the knee? When I bend, I push it out. I don't want your knee that bend falls down to the ground. I want you to focus on pushing it out as you flex and sit. Lovely. In, out. Great. In, last time, right. Great. Back. Put the palms in a way you can carry the weight. Raise the left, raise the right, and try to slide out carefully. Trust your arms. If you don't do it. Slide out and stay. Be careful. Good. Fold back. Bend the knees. Little bit sliding off the mat here. Try not to. And then sink in. Walk forward with your palms. Put the elbows on the ground. If not, arms far forward. Go a little forward, a little back. Beautiful. Palms to ground. Close a little the gap so we have more freedom of mobility. Bring the left toes in, right toes out. Then step in a bit, see, so you can comfortably rotate the leg. So we can go and face the right side. Good. From here, try to bring the right foot to the ground. Push the left leg back and slowly sink in with the groin. Then bring the left knee down. If the knee is sensitive, put a big pillow. And then try to do a working. You see my right foot is much forward than my knee, but I don't stretch the hamstring. I'm focusing on left groin to the ground. Feel and relax. Good. Push back, flex the right, hold the right foot with the right palm, and walk away a little bit. Try to sink and try to do with the pelvis head buttocks up. You do pelvis head buttocks up, it will go into the back of the right leg. Good. Pull back a little bit the right, sink in with the left. You can go a little bit left and right with a gentle pressure into the groin. Wonderful. Doing great. As you see, we are not staying yet. We are not staying. We are kind of feeling it, kind of examining, testing it. Hold again the right foot and do head buttocks up. You can reach a little bit further out and try to do head buttocks up. Even the intention of sending the sitting bones up will give you the work into the right leg. Good. Slowly release and try to do a front split. Walk back with your left or walk forward with your right and split. You start to feel comfortable, send the arms forward, rest over the right leg. Here we will try to stay for a count of 5, so be comfy. Inhale deep. 5, 4, 3, 2, wonderful. Step back with your palms, fold the right in, turn the toes in, push into the arm, bring the left toes in and raise the left knee, drop back, and we're back in the side split. And the mat, don't be surprised if it walks all over the place. Good. So we spread out. Try to, again, like before, see if you can go forward with the arms and put the elbows down. Try to push buttocks back and go forward. Really, I feel much better here, so I'm going to go deeper. Forward, back. Be gentle. Good. Come up. Fold the gap between the legs a little bit so we can comfortably go to the left, rotate on the right. So I send, you see, front. It's not a split yet. The foot is far in front of the knee, but I don't work on my hamstring on my left. And then I stretch the right and I go down, opening up. Then carefully bring the right knee down, go back. Then try to sink in into the right groin. Okay? Breathe and relax. Try to bring the right groin in, where the left foot you see far in front of my knee. Yes, but I don't feel a stretch in the back of the left leg. Lovely. From here, we are going to Go back, flex the left foot, hold the left leg, take it a little forward and do head buttocks up as you pull. Head buttocks up immediately will take you into the stretch in the back of the left leg, right? Even your intention to do head buttocks up. Good. Try to push the buttocks up. Push the sitting bones up will create a stretch. Good. Release the left. Bring the foot. You can go back a bit because we want to go into resting the right groin down to the ground. Go a little bit, slight motion left and right. Really slight, really gentle. Left and right. Very gentle. Left and right. Shifting weight. Left and right. Gently. Bend the pelvis. Pelvis. Lovely. Back. Flex the left. Hold the toes. Head buttocks up as you pull the foot. Be peaceful, peaceful. Big, strong muscles. Not an easy thing. It is easy and pleasant if you don't force. Wonderful. In, think, now. Flex and do a side split. If you can, walk away with the arms, rest over the left leg, and we go to a count of 5 where we feel nice and cozy. Now deep. 5. Now deep. 4. 3. 2. 1. Now deep. Come back up. Bring the left foot. Walk to your right. Bring the left toes in. Tuck the right toes. Push up and go back to the split. Close a little bit the gap between the legs. Align the toes pointing forward. Bend the knees and sit with the elbows over your knees. Head buttocks in. Head buttocks up. You'll see that as the pelvis opens, every squat, every sitting will be less difficulty. It's more difficult when the pelvis is tight, hamstrings are tight, quads are tight. Every time we do a squat or work on the leg, it feels more difficult because there is more resistance coming from the legs and pelvis. If there is no resistance, the weight of your body is not going to feel that heavy. Something I discovered through the journey of opening the pelvis and the legs. When you're constantly fighting with the tension, then every small squat is difficult. Good. Last time we're in. We're going to bring the palms forward. We're going to put the knees down. The toes are pointing out. And we're going to try to spread the knees as wide as we can. Then we're going to walk. You see my palms facing sideways. Then I'm walking to my right and twisting to right, bending to right, going center, and slowly, slowly bending to left. But all my attention is in my pelvis. Big pillows under the knees here. Walk. So don't need, just bend. And if you can't do this because of knees, what you do is you lie on the ground, you spread the legs wide, and then you bring the feet together, and then you press the toes down with the feet together, and raise them up. We're going to meet there, as we're going to do that too. But here I'm going to go slowly to right, and I'm going to be in my pelvis, hips, groin. No knees pressure, right? Good. Last time, after you go to left, we come to center. Put elbows on the ground and bring the groin down. So, two ways. One, palms over the other, one over the other. Forehead on the back of the palms. Legs spread wide. Bend the knees, soles of feet together. Spread the knees wider. And then press the feet down while trying to gently press the pubic bone to the ground. The wider you spread the knees, the more effect when you are bringing the feet together down to the mat. Feel how it works deep in your hips. Now I want you, after you do a few times up and then down, I want you to kind of let the legs hang down here. See? So I just rest, and now what happened is my groin came off the ground, but my feet, you see, they're on the ground. So now I'm going to push the groin to the ground, and I'm going to lift the feet a little bit off the ground. Then I'm going to allow my pelvis, my groin, my pubic bone to rise off the ground, and I'm going to push the feet to the ground. In this way, I do groin to the ground, feet off the ground, feet to ground, groin off the ground. Okay? It can be even a very, very small motion. If you want to, you don't feel much, simply spread your knees wider. You feel you can't move, you're stuck, bring your knees closer. Last time, you feel comfortable with that. Press the groin to the ground and allow the feet to slowly hang. As the gravity is going to pull the feet over the ground, you keep the groin on the ground, and you start to feel all the muscles that are holding back, shaking and resisting the sinking of your feet. Too much, hold the legs up. You can relax and just rest on the tension. That's what I do. I just relax and rest on the tension. Now deep and slow into the belly. Very nice. Good. Slowly, slowly, spread the legs wide. Tuck, bring your feet in. Close a little bit the gap between your legs. Slowly push up to an up dog. And just let the pelvis hang down. A gentle up dog. Pelvis opening down now after you open the groin. The up dog, the groin can come closer to the ground. Open the mouth, relax the face. Good. Push up the pelvis slowly. And come to sitting. Of course, after a class like this, I will say it in the end of the class too, 2 hours, no biking, no running, no activity, especially legs and stuff. From here, we're going to hold the ankle. We're going to make a few steps back with the sitting bones, and we're going to pull the heels all the way to the groin. Then we're going to grab the feet, one palm at a time, and then we're going to do head buttocks up. Head buttocks up. And as you do head buttocks up, press your knees down. Press the knees down, do head buttocks up. Push the sitting bones down, relax the pelvic floor, and raise yourself up. Good. From here, hold the left knee, hold the left ankle, pull up. Change nothing in the right. Shift. Pull in. You can be, if the knee is sensitive, open knee angle. The knee not so sensitive, hold and pull deep inside and push head buttocks up. It's all in the pelvis motion. Up, pull the knee, pull the ankle, push the buttocks back. Bring the left buttock to the ground. Keep pushing buttocks back, head buttocks up, hinge forward and out to the right, really slow. Holding the knee, holding the ankle, and I hinge forward. Stay where you feel your left, right? Keep pushing the sitting bones back, you'll feel it. And as you feel it, relax, inhale deep. Exhale, 5. Release tension, inhale deep. Exhale, 4. More peace. Inhale deep. 3. Inhale deep. 2. Inhale deep. 1. Inhale, rise slowly. Take the left leg up to the left. Put it slowly down. Now, pick up the right, send it back. Open the left foot out. Rotate the right knee toward the ground. Left palm on the ground, right palm to left foot, and be in your pelvis and rotate not the torso, but the pelvis. Like you want to bring the right groin to the ground. Slow. Push to the left arm, rotate the pelvis, tie the buttocks a bit, and open the chest. Good. Keep trying to rotate the pelvis, push to the left arm, turn the head over the left shoulder. Open the mouth, relax the face. Try to shift the weight toward the right foot. Push and twist to left. Carefully hinge forward and down. Look to the ground and try to rest into the space between the left knee and the left foot. Good. Inhale deep. So 5. Inhale deep. Exhale. 4. Inhale deep. 3. Inhale deep. 2. Inhale deep. Wonderful. Inhale, rise. Slowly pick up the right knee first. Rotate out. Then fold in the left. Hold the feet 2 steps back with the sitting bones. Push head, buttocks back, head up, and bring the heels close to the groin. Press the knees down as you're sitting deep inside. Push buttocks back. Try not to allow the tailbone to go in. Push it back. Push the sitting bones. Press. You see how I press my knees? And push sitting bones and pull chest. Peaceful. Beautiful. Hold the right knee. Hold the right ankle. Pull up. Go to left. Rest over, head, buttocks up. You see this motion? I started with the pelvis. See how the buttocks are rolling. Shoulders back, and I go forward while pushing buttocks back. Go forward while pushing buttocks back. It doesn't matter even if you don't move a bit. Your intention to push buttocks back is going to do the work. Be in a place where you constantly and peacefully push buttocks back. Pull right leg, shoulders back. Now deep. Exhale. 5. Now deep. 4. 3. 2. 1. Inhale, rise. Keep pushing buttocks back. You'll see how you rise up into a straight back. Pick up the right leg. Go to the right. Put it down. Fold the left. Rotate. Good. Pick up the foot. Push with the right arm. Go to your left. Bring the left hip down toward the ground. Look to the right. Push with the right arm. Good. Go into the space between the right knee and the right foot and rest as you gently push yourself with the right arm. Bring the left hip toward the ground. Rest. Nail deep. 5. 4. 3. 2. 'Wonderful. Slowly rise. Great. Fold the right in. Bring the left over. And just before we're going to go to Shavasana, you want to drain the legs and let them rest in the air. So roll back into a shoulder stand. Flex the feet gently. Try to align the legs over the pelvis. The pelvis over the torso. Breathe. A gentle flex, a gentle alignment of the toes. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. Don't be surprised if the legs are shaking. 3. 2. And 1. Slowly, slowly bend the knees, heels to buttocks, and in the most gentle ways, spread the legs wide and comfortable. Spread the arms wide and comfortable. Tuck the tailbone so the pelvis feels in its best alignment or relation to the legs and the torso. Roll the shoulders back so the back resting on the shoulder blades feel comfortable. Opening the chest. Tuck the tailbone. Tuck the chin. So you feel the flow of the air from the nostril to the throat, to the chest, the belly. The pelvic floor feels smooth and natural. And then the climbing from the pelvic floor to the belly to the chest feels natural. And then the exhalation feels as a deep state of relaxation. Feel the legs you never did before. From the soles of your feet and the toes to the Achilles tendon, the calf muscles, into your knees, into your thighs, hamstring and quads, into the pelvic, the groin muscles, the pelvic floor muscles, the hips, to the pubic bone and the tailbone, the connection into the lower back and the lower belly, into the waistline and the rib cage, into the solar plexus, from the lower back into the back of rib cage, into your chest, into your shoulder blades, into your arms, into the back of neck and throat, and into your head, the eyes, the eyelids, the jaws. The body made out of so many pieces that their alignment allows the energy to flow and the body to stay healthy, the mind to stay calm. Gently, slowly, softly bring the legs slowly close together. Open the arms to the sides and over the head and lengthen. Roll over to the right side and come up to examine your new way of sitting up. Pushing the sitting bones into the ground and climbing up from the pelvis. If the legs are relaxed and open, they'll just heavily sink down. If you push the sitting bones, the torso aligns naturally over. Make the neck and the head comfortably suspended over. Relaxing the shoulders and the arms. Shanti. Shanti. I'd like to thank the teachers about this amazing practice and teachings throughout the ages. I'd like to thank you for your amazing participation and practice. Wishing you a most beautiful and peaceful day. Hari Om Tat Sat. Namaste.